Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome to Hacker Eyes. Today we're going to be putting together all the parts I started collecting since October for my new computer. Currently we're at a crossroads, or we're approaching a crossroads for computers and buying computers and technology generations and everything else. More than likely by the end of 2021 we'll be looking at DDR5 becoming the new standard. Possibly PCI 5. It's been ratified, it's been set, but we'll see where they go with it because we just kind of started PCI 4. So it's a weird time to build computers. It's a weird time to buy computer components. Sad thing is, this is the first time in quite a while we've actually had anything exciting or interesting enough to want to buy it. So anyway, before you go to buying a computer, you've got to kind of, or all the parts, you have to kind of figure out what you're wanting to do with it. That's where I'm betwixt two different places. I'm in my last semester of my PhD. Pretty much we just have to do the final edits on my dissertation. So at that point, I can do whatever I want with my computer. Yay! I prefer Linux. I run Windows. That's a problem. I'm obviously streaming videos, so I need something that can chew videos, encode them, process them, decode them, the whole 9 yards for videos. But I also need enough storage and speed in the specific areas. Today we're going to be putting together all the components I could actually get a hold of over the last few months. And we're going to begin building my new computer. The only thing I'm lacking right now is a graphics card, and that's by choice. I have plenty of opportunities to grab a 3090, a 3080, etc. But I'm kind of holding out because I want to see actually what the real graphic cards are going to be. Because I think the first graphic card drops were, I don't think they were the real intentions. Let's just put it that way. I started in the live stream for the component search I was running, calling TI the true intentions. This is what they actually wanted to do, and it's actually the price point that they wanted to get. We'll see. That's just my own opinion. So anyway, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is just show you what I'm putting on the inside of the tower to start with. Let's get these somewhat in some kind of form of order. I have a few things here. Motherboard. I want the ASUS TUF Gaming 570 Pro Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi because I never know where I'm going to end up using the computer, and there's not always cables around. This board is a nice cross between price and performance. It's pretty well a dead end. I do not believe Zen 4 will work in this. So I've got Zen 3 going into it. So we're probably at the top of this generation. That's my assumption. We're at an interesting crossroads. In 2021, we're in an interesting crossroads for computer hardware. More than likely, DDR5 will become the new standard. PCI 5 may be introduced. And we want to get into the USBs and all the other, the Bluetooths and everything else. All these standards are being pushed forward. In my mind, pretty much when the DDR changes, when we went from 3 to 4, that's a generational switch. 4 to 5 is another generational switch. Everything in between using that memory, I consider a step upgrade. They're little steps until we get to a point where we have to go into the next level. Overall, I think this motherboard will be more than satisfactory. I like ASUS products. A few years ago, I kind of got away from them because they kind of stopped being my favorite. So I've tried Gigabyte, I've tried MSI. I believe my top two choices would be ASUS and MSI. That stability, this isn't a fanboy thing. I don't care about brand. I only care about function. And if I can put it together for a client, for myself or whatever, and no one remembers it because it just works, then it's good. It's good components. Anyway, so this is 4 USB 3.2 ports. It has a Type-C port. It has 6, wow. So I've got 10. Wow, this is confusing. USB, guys, fix your mess. I'm going to read it from the box. I have 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports. I have 1 Type-C port with asterisks all around it. And I got 6 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports and 4 USB 2 ports. Get rid of the USB 2.0 ports. Get rid of them. Come on, get rid of them. There's nothing I want to put a USB 2 port. Maybe headphones, possibly a keyboard and a mouse if I'm using wired components. Get rid of them. It's got Bluetooth 5.1. It supports for Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi 6, which is what I'm running here. And it's running a Intel Wi-Fi 6 AX200 controller. AX200, I mean, come on. AX technology is great. 200. Okay, can we fix that, please? But there again, this is a sub $200 motherboard. It'll work, and it'll work pretty good for anything I needed to do. Going on the motherboard, I got a unicorn. I paid $400 and some odd for this. It's a Ryzen AMD 9500. And you might say, well, how'd you pay less than 500? Why? I had Discover. You buy stuff on Discover at Amazon and Newegg, you get so much money back. Well, I got to put it all towards this. And so I took it from its $549 retail price down into the 400s. So while other people are being scalped, I guess I anti-scalped. That's cool. Pairing that, I have, if I can get it out, these are a pain. 64 gigs of DDD. It's 3600. Could have went 4000. Could have did 3200. But these were on sale too. I got 64 gigs for about $30 more than the 32 gig kit. And the main reason I bought them, I'm sorry, they were white-ish. Because this build's going to be, best I can, it's going to be a black and white build. Even though that's definitely an eggshell, but it's white. Lights up here if I'm doing the RGB stuff for the blingy. Great packaging. These are OLOI, Warhawk Platinum special editions. Have RGB here, RGB on both sides of the heat spreader there. And as you saw, they're trying to get out. I'm not putting them back in the case. Well, I better. We have to move things around here in a minute. So anyway, so we got 64 gigs of RAM, which is ridiculous. You should only need 16. Never go below 16 gigs. I don't care what the specs say. I don't care what people's recommendations are. I don't care what the game's recommendations, software recommendations. Never go less than 16 gigs. It's too cheap. Memory is too cheap. Especially if you're doing Photoshop and stuff like that, because you can set up big sections of memory, like 10, 11 gigs, and throw it at just their software when it's running. Now I can throw 20, 24, 32, whichever. I can also run 2 simultaneous operating systems out of here. Gives me options is the point. So yes, it's excessive. And I bought it because it was white, and I wanted to go in a white tower. Anyway. Boot drive, Samsung 9800 Pro. Again, this was on sale. Some of these sales happened back in October. They were Black Friday deals in October, and I took advantage of them. I think I got this for 50 bucks off. I'll put a whole list on the article write-up. I'll get a list and a price for all this stuff. My wife would like to know too. She gave me a budget, told her I would not exceed it. I'm pretty sure I got close. We'll see. For spinning, there's a lot of people getting away from these. I do have NASA's here. I can use that as my secondary, my game storage and everything. We got a Western Digital Black 6 terabyte, and I got this also on sale, and I believe it was for the price of a 2 or 4 terabyte. It was pretty good. There again, prices will be listed in the article. And to cool the CPU, I got a Galahad 360. Somebody might be saying, why did you get a 360? I was toying back and forth between a 5900 and a 5950. And I wanted to make sure whatever I had to cool it would cool it well. The other reason I got a Galahad is because this is a Lee & product, and I'm using a Lee 011, which is still in the box. We're going to do that in a separate one. When we get all this built, we'll do another video with just the case, and then we'll probably do a third video getting the stuff running. But anyway, so yeah, it's a Dynamic XL. It's the white one. It's one of those. They're again excessive, but this is my, I guess, award for accomplishing a PhD. I should have already finished it, but there was some scheduling stuff between us, with myself and the professors. I submitted them a 320-page paper, and it was 3 weeks before the end of the semester. This is PhD level. They all have students, and they have a massive amount of documents and term papers and research papers at this level. And there's no way they were going to be able to go through a 300-page paper. Not without stressing everybody out. So we opted to go into one more semester so we can relax and get it done here in the first couple of months of the semester. So this is where we're going to start. I'm going to get some things rearranged, and then we'll restart the video and start putting this together.